I was pressured into going into hijab. Get ready with me, let's do the Latina makeup while I tell you guys why I chose to not go into hijab. I'd further like to preference that as of this moment, I'm not in complete hijab, but that is the end goal. From the videos that I've seen, the be-all end-all of any Latina makeup is the eyebrows, and I made them as dark as I could with the darkest eyeshadow that I had dipped in some water, and this is basically what we got. And I'm just carving out my eyebrows with a concealer that's sort of closer to the foundation that I'm going to use. Now there are a plethora of products that I love from Sheglam, but this is my favorite. This is the Silk Hazel Cream Bronzer in the shade Burnt Sienna. Now this looks like a dark shade for me, but just watch. Just watch. I saw this trick on TikTok where the girl literally, like, you can't even see it, but like, I'm in there. You can see that it's been used, okay? And I just go in there. You know, if you want to do like a no makeup kind of day, this, look at the glow. Look at how beautiful it is. I am very literally obsessed with this product because it takes away from me putting like a lot of concealer or foundation, because this kind of just evens out my skin, and I put it on all of my blemishes as well, and it just gives me that lovely base to sort of work on. I am just going to blend out my eyebrows. Now, a lot of you were concerned that I was pressured into going into hijab, and you're correct. I was indeed pressured by myself to be a better Muslim. By the way, this is the Sheglam Complex Pro Foundation in the shade Cappuccino. I had just turned 25 like a month ago, and I had like this whole epiphany moment where I sat with myself and I'm like, am I really happy with myself? And honestly, I wasn't feeling myself, and for a while I honestly was kind of lost, and I didn't know what I was doing or anything. I felt lost, and then I realized that not only am I feeling lost, but I actually was lost. I was away from my deen, I was away from my religion. I just really wanted to get back, and I figured that I needed to do exactly that. I needed to get back into my religion. I'd like to preference that by also saying that yes, Islam is not all about the hijab, it's also about character, so on and so forth. But if I wanted to better my character, I also wanted my character to be the same on the outside. I wanted it to be better, but I also wanted to feel better, and I wanted that when I look into the mirror, I feel pleased with myself. And I know right now at this moment that's not going to be the case, but that is something I'm striving for in the near future. This Sheglam concealer should be illegal because honestly, this will erase people's lineages. Its coverage is out of this freaking world. I don't even put that much, but it is going to cover my whole freaking face. Just this tiny bit. So I'm actually going to pick up some of that product from both sides, and I'm going to use that to actually conceal certain areas or brighten certain areas of my face. So I'm going to pick up some of that product and just distribute it. Lethal. I've been really liking this little finger blender. It's not exactly practical because it takes you a while to blend, but like once you have it blended out, it looks really airbrushed and really pretty, and I quite like it. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, it's just a hijab, it's not that big of a deal. Well, you know what, for me, being a girly who was and still is very much obsessed with my hair, I mean, it was the thing that made me go viral a few times. And to now cover it up, it is a big deal for me. It is. And here's the thing, I still feel very beautiful. I still think my hair is beautiful, but it's beautiful for my eyes. And although, like, I'll say this again, I am not in hijab full time at this moment, I do plan on getting into hijab full time. I don't know if this concealer is light enough for the whole look. Maybe I should go in with like a lighter one. I have the exact same concealer in a lighter shade. The previous shade I used was shade Golden. I'm gonna go in with shade Honey, the tiniest bit. I feel like that's the same color, but anyway, just the tiniest bit to really brighten up that under eye, because it's Latina makeup. Your under eyes need to be seen from outer freaking space. I am literally burning sunlight. I'm going back in with the bronzer that we used initially, and I'm just going to really warm up my face, and if I need, I'm gonna go in with some contour after. I know that doesn't make sense, like people go in with contour first, but I have a vision and I'm hoping I don't need to put any contour. So I've been liking the little thing that girls do where they take like blush or contour and they just like put it on their nose, like right there. I forgot to bronze my forehead. You know, when you're wearing hijab, you realize that you actually have a big forehead. Like I never thought that I had a big forehead. Like I don't have that big of a forehead as like some people. But like now that I wear my hijab, I realize that okay girly, you do have a big forehead. I like to put like a little bit of bronzer just like right there, or even take it underneath my chin just to give me that sculpted look, even though the scarf does that already. I feel like I've achieved what I want to achieve with my cheeks in terms of bronziness, but my forehead is still giving landing strips. So we're gonna go in with the Sheglam contour stick in the shade Terracotta, and mine is very much melted. I definitely need to get a new one. I'm just gonna just like a tiny bit everywhere, even though I just said that I reached my goal. I'm just a girl, okay? If you haven't tried it already, stippling brushes, they're the bomb. Like it's kind of flat, but it's quite dense, and it just does everything it needs to do and more. So I don't have a super bright powder, but I'm gonna go in with this Sheglam pink powder and pray. As a girly with brown features, I feel like this would work out. I'm just gonna dip straight in with a triangle puff. Now some people rub it on the back of their hands and stuff, but I'm just gonna bake. Like look at how bright that is. It's quite bright, and I have bathed myself in powder. I'm literally resculpting my face with this powder, and if this does not come out good, Lord help me. I have never done this with powder before, like so crazily, like. Now while I don't have a bronzing powder, I do have this Wet n Wild Bare Focus. It's a mattifying face powder, but like for some reason it shows up sort of orange brown on my face, and I feel like it would be the perfect shade to not only warm up my face but also to sort of take out the bake that I have baking. I'm just gonna put this all over my forehead and sort of on my eyebrows as well, because my eyebrows were shining. Use the same brush and just brush away the excess powder. Rip to my hijab because what even? Setting spray. It's just gonna lock in all of those powders and give me more like a matte finish. Now I know what you're gonna tell me, so they don't use blush in the Latina makeup. Well, I do, and this is the Sheglam Amber Rose blush. It is so cute. It had a little rose on it, but I used it, so I'm just gonna go in with a little brush, and I'm not gonna put too much, just that it actually still keeps that lovely Latina bronzy look. A bit on my nose and under, just the tiniest bit. I feel like it's so cute. It just makes such a big difference. Now this base is so freaking cute. I'm obsessed. I'm gonna do this again. For my eyes, I'm gonna go in with the Sheglam Smart Cookie palette. As you can see, I love Sheglam because life is already quite expensive and Sheglam is not. Pretty colors in here, and I don't know, like their makeup look differs depending on who you're looking at. Some of them have like a really dark brown, some of them have like a really light eyeshadow. It's crazy, but the shade that I'm actually taking is Churro, and I'm just basically putting that everywhere. This is such a pretty shade for brown eyes. Don't forget to put underneath your eyes. Something that I've been doing lately is taking my eyeshadow, especially if it's like a brown transition shade. I've sort of been putting it like right here and down my nose, just so that it blends in a little better and like gives me that good facial structure. I'm gonna go in with shade Flower Power and my finger, and I'm just gonna dab the inner corner. Basically that looks like a highlighter, but it is not. It is an eyeshadow. Makeup blends really well with your fingers. I mean, this looks really cute. Again, depending on your source for the Latina makeup, some say use a big eyeliner, some say use a small eyeliner, some do a medium, whatever. But the be all end all is really the lashes. But I read somewhere that it's very haram to put false lashes, so we're not doing that today. We are going to curl our lashes and put a wing to give that effect. For the wing, there's only one eyeliner that I trust, and that is this Goldenrose tattoo liner, because look at how precise she is. She will stab you. And now I'm going to attempt to do my eyeliner. Look at that. Easy enough, right? The other side is not gonna match. Like, no matter what I do, leave not matching. If I go anymore, I'm gonna give myself a black eye. They're not sisters, they're not cousins, they're not even related. I'm hoping I can save it with mascara. Mascara saves everything. Other than the Essence mascara, the Goldenrose iconic lash mascara actually happens to be one of my favorite mascaras. Like, look at that. That is pure mascara. I was once asked what is my favorite lip liner, and it's definitely going to be this smudge lip liner. It's kind of like a maroon mauve. The actual color says chalk purple, and this is literally everything. So I don't like my Cupid's bow, and I basically just get rid of it by going over it and just rounding out and then just lining my lips. And I'm gonna pair it with this Medora lipstick in shade 204. It gives me that lovely mauve color that kind of just sits so perfect in this like chocolate brown. But I'm gonna take it one step further. I'm going back in with, yes, an eyeshadow palette. And the reason is because I really like matte lips, and I don't care what you're gonna say, I love matte lips, but like velvet matte lips. So even though it's looking velvet right now, I'm gonna go in with Love Chip and mix it in with brown sugar and churro. So a little bit of that. And I'm just going to set the circumference, or like more on the outside gradient of my lips. And this also just makes my lipstick last forever. It does look a little brown, but you want to keep it on the outside so that the lipstick's pink kind of sort of just stays on the inner lip. If you ask anybody what's their favorite part about Latina makeup, they're most likely going to tell you it's the eyelashes or the eyeliner. For me, it's the highlighter. I'm obsessed with the smudge palette highlighter. As you can see, I ate this palette, and I'm going to use an angle brush. I'm basically just going to go into this highlighter. What they do is just they create like a line. It looks crazy, but like just go in with your finger and kind of like melt it out. They create like the tiniest little line that just makes friggin' sense. And I'm gonna put like a little highlighter basically on the inner bottom corner of my eyes, and I have been obsessed with doing this because it makes my eyes really pop. Now you could take it one step further and put some highlighter on the apples of your cheek and your eyebrows, but when I do that, I look like a disco ball that was brutally disfigured. So we're not going to be doing that today, no sir. But what we are going to do is bronze ourselves just a little bit more, because I feel like it's not giving really Latina without that bronzer and like really bright under eye. So I'm gonna go in again with a smudge product. This has also been really loved because the lid completely fell out. And I'm gonna go in with a more dense fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna take that like bronze color and I'm just going to bronze up my face so that it's more snatched. Again, I'm gonna just put a little right here and change my entire face. This is basically the base, but I feel like just a little bit more brightening under my eye would be exactly what we need. So even though this is actually technically a sin to do when your base is completely done and you have already sprayed, I am going to go in with like the tiniest bit of this face powder. It's the Maybelline face powder, which I have also eaten up. Just like the tiniest bit right there, just to give me that brightness under my eye. I'm gonna go in with just like the tiniest bit more of this Goldenrose mascara. I mean, like My eyelashes are already really giving, but like I said, we're not doing falsies, so we want this to look as Latina as we can with what we have, okay? Setting spray. Notice I'm not just spraying lightly, I am really getting my face nice and wet. And that's the finished look. Let me know how I did in the comment section below. I try to keep it as bronze as I can. I'm taking baby steps. I know where I want to be, and I'm inshallah going to be there one day. So you can sit there in the comment section and say whatever the hell you want to say about me. I know that this is a path that I'm taking step by step, and I don't want to scare myself away from the hijab. I'm going to gracefully and slowly accept and take on this huge responsibility of wearing the hijab. I do really want to wear it every single day. I'm going to try. So this is a promise to myself for 2025 and for the rest of my life. I'm going to try and wear the hijab as much as I can when I go out. I'm going to get pretty and dress up the hijab and just feel beautiful like I do right now in due course. And this is my journey. And you can either join me or you can sit there and judge me. And no matter which thing you do, please just pray for me that I get to where I want to get, inshallah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching.